I don't know if it's me, but don't you enjoy what you're seeing in terms of the gaming conversation? A lot of data is now coming out. A lot of analysts and experts are coming out of the woodwork. You see, for the most part, gamers have been, sold gaming on the, foundation or premise of emotion, hype, my favorite game, my childhood franchise. I played this game and it made such an impact on me. So we have, rose-tinted glasses when it comes to the medium and those who actually, bring the medium to us. But there are also others whom, in their own line of work, they've been there to pretty much count the numbers, chart the changes, see what's going on. And now that both Xbox and PlayStation have pretty much lost a core pillar of their business, which has been exclusivity, everyone now wants to come and use that data to, in a sense, maybe internalize, assess, explain, or figure out what in the heck is going on. And I'm so happy that this is happening. You guys don't understand. This is what I've always desired, that before anybody would even make a single statement, that they would have to rethink and reconsider if there's any evidence or any data that's backing that up. Now, you're going to pretty much see something that really makes this whole conversation quite interesting. Matt Piscatella has been posting this or data sets like this for a very, very good amount of time. In fact, he was on Twitter posting stuff like this, but there are a lot of people who are not interested in the numbers or in the data or in the truth, but just want to fanboy and fight everybody from a deep-seated hatred of some platform that they don't like. And it's all over the place. However, what's going on is no longer can they fight enough evidence because, you can fight Breeze, but everyone's going to be looking at you like, yo, are you punching air seriously? And at some point, they're going to start asking questions about your own personal well-being. Woo-wee! So, apparently, two things come to mind. One of them is Gaz over here. I don't know, for some reason, I think when Xbox was moving games to PlayStation, Gaz was one of those that was just heavy on Xbox's neck. Blah, blah, blah. I muted him. Because at the time, bro was not looking at data. Now, though, good on you guys. He cites this May 2025 top 20 best-selling games, physical and full game digital from the Nintendo eShop, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC platforms for publishers on the Digital Leader panel. Ranked on dollar sales, the period 5/4 and through 5/31/2025. This is a very, very interesting data set. And what does it show us? It shows us that the previous month, Elden Ring Night Reign kicked butt, Doom: The Dark Ages kicked butt, Forza Horizon 5 kicked butt, Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered kicked butt, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 kicked butt, MLB The Show kicked butt, and Minecraft kicked butt. But it's here to highlight, this is an old data set, by the way. Does that make sense? This is to highlight that right now, Xbox is sitting in a very interesting position when it comes to its ecosystem and the games within its ecosystem. If any of you got some time to go ahead and read, gentleman, Jacob, what is his name? He made this very long post about Square Enix and how within Square Enix, they'd been seeing possible changes on their ecosystem. He did a long thread. Jacob Navok, right? Or Navok, I don't know how you say it. And he talked about this at length, that what's really eating gaming right now is the platform size in terms of these individual titles that we continue to see here as the top played games. Let me look for Matt Piscatella's data set. Let's just say over here, right? Fortnite, it's a platform. Call of Duty HQ, it's a platform. NBA 2K25 is basically a platform. Y'all don't know that FIFA, for the most part, is a platform. You didn't know that? And so that's something that a lot of people are not necessarily talking about, that these games have become platforms where individuals continue to yearly revisit and play, and the hardware is their means to getting in there, right? But when you kind of think about it, the ones that have diversified their hardware are the ones that have the popularity and the ones that have the reach. I mean, check out Call of Duty and Fortnite and Roblox and Minecraft. They have in common accessibility from different parts of the different hardware variations. You can play from whatever media you have. So the community platform, social media like games where kids basically sit down and are able to talk to one another, hang out and play certain games, it's just quite interesting. And it's quite funny at the end of the day when you kind of think about it because, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what it is that the gaming industry has been showing a lot of us, but based on some bias and those rose-tinted glasses, a lot of people chose to ignore the reality that was always here. Why did they ignore the reality? What was their motivation for ignoring the reality? Now, I can understand the tribalism. That is a thing. Yes. I understand. Right? But at the end of the day, it's one of those crazy things. All of the, how do you put it? All of the indicators had pointed to some really interesting things, right? They pointed to some really interesting things, but not a lot of people are talking about the importance of how these shifts have basically now materialized, and the materialization is actually in a short period of time. I mean, think about only 4 games in 2024 and Helldivers 2 in 2025. It's such a short gap. It's not like, oh, man, Helldivers 2 had to basically, the whole thing had to freeze over before they finally realized that, yeah, we're going to bring our games to Xbox. No, they literally are looking at the market and saying there is just no way we can continue business the way that we've continued business. It's not easy out here in the streets. PlayStation probably presumed that they'd be able to go out and make a live service game without Xbox that would thrive and give them that platform, not realizing that the entirety of the platform in that regard is predicated on exactly the fact that you have more players at your behest every single given day. So now, here we are, and everybody loves data because you really, would want to make sense of the industry. Else, you say something that's out of pocket and you're going to look like you have no sense. That's the risk right now. That's the risk right now in the gaming conversation. When Matt Biscatella said this, I think Matt Biscatella probably got more flowers today than he even was expecting. He's probably maybe just doing his own thing, right? And he's just talking about all of that. But one funny thing was when Jacob Navok was talking about, platform titles, basically, he said the younger generation has stayed with platform titles, graduating in some cases from Roblox to Fortnite. Are y'all seeing that? Graduating in some cases from Roblox to Fortnite. Pretty much. Meanwhile, the casual business that had shifted to mobile started to stick with dominant forever games. Candy Crush, Clash Royale, that were now acting closer to platforms themselves than pieces of content. Fortnite is content. It's also a platform. It's also a social network. It's also a tool. When Tim Sweeney came out last year and said, these companies are making all these games and no one is playing them, bro was not lying. There were no lies to be told in that entire missive of his. He was not playing around. He knew exactly what it is that he was saying when he actually put that out there. Because believe you me, ladies and gentlemen, when you think about it, these big games are being made. No one's playing them because the audience that they want to go play these games are already pretty much, their time has already been taken off. It's been taken off by other things. TikTok, their mobile phones, the games on their mobile phones. Where are these multi-million dollar budgets? Where are they going to find people? This is what GTA is banking on. That these kids are going to graduate from Roblox or Fortnite to GTA. That's what Call of Duty is banking on. That they're going to basically follow those patterns and those habits and go right into those games. This is why the acquisition of Activision Blizzard King is going to make sense to a lot of analysts who yelled and cried about it not knowing exactly what the play was. This is why the continual pursuit of a live service game by PlayStation is going to make sense, regardless of the noise that people are making across the gaming industry. Noise is not how is not, it's not always going to accompany knowledge. Just basically taking time to look at the facts is exactly where things are. I hope this is a learning lesson because, man, we're going to keep seeing more and more of this as time goes on. Talk to me in the comment section. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace out.